Hello and welcome to my 6th hobby vlog. Sorry you didn't get one last week. I was away on my days off from work, and when I did get back from work I had so much going on that I didn't get much time to hobby at all. But as you can see from the 6 I've got in front of me, I did all the base colours on the horse, and then I'm just using one horse to try and get a feel for what I want to do with my Serpent Riders. So I'm going to get one done, see how I like it, and then go from there. So far on this horse, this model, I've base coated the horse in Steel Legion Drab, the reins in Rhinox Hide, the gold in Retributor Armour, I think that's what it's called. Yep, Retributor Armour. And the under saddle in Gawthor Brown, and then I'm using a Shabty Bone and Rakarth Flesh for the bands around the horse's ankles, and then simply washed it all with Agrax Earthshade and touched up the bone bits on the bandage or the wrappings, and then dry brushed the gold with Liberator Gold, and it's quite bright, if you can see. Let me show you. But it gives a really nice sheen, and I do like it. So I'm going to keep that for a minute, and then I've just started on the rider using Corn Red. So I'm going to give you a little bit more of an update once I get a bit more done on this guy. So you join me after all the base colours are on, and he's coming to life finally. So here we have it. I've got Corn Red for the reds, Xerus Purple, Retributor Armour again, a Shabty Bone, Rakarth Flesh for the bands and the back piece, which hopefully a bit of wash and a Shabty Bone highlights will really distinguish that. A bit of Rhinox Hide for the bits around, focus, bits the gold around the gold, in there. Simple Kislev Flesh. That's about it really, just a lot. I just need to finish off the footholds. I'm not entirely sure what colour. I think I might do Steel Legion Drab for them, and the lower portion of the leg, but apart from that it's ready to have an Agrax Earthshade wash. So here we have my first finished Serpent Rider, if it gets a little bit of focus. And I decided to just crack on and get one done, A, for my own satisfaction, and B, so I could try colours. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's quite dark, but the aim is to have other Haradrim Riders and Haradrim Riders being the Haradrim Raiders, in quite a light purple and red colour, so quite vibrant. And then these kind of the dark serpents working within everything. I'm really happy with how it came out. Really pleased. Black's always quite a hard colour, and they've got quite a lot of darkness on them, so I don't mind them being a bit dark. It's a bit shiny because I've literally just applied the matte varnish to protect it, but that's number one done. I think I might just go through, get each one done individually, and just rattle through them, because I think I can do about one every day, one every 2 days, so it won't take too long at all. So they're going to take a nice pride and place in my Harad army. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get painted for my Harad army. I might take it to an event. I'm not sure yet. I'm just doing them because I like the models. So we'll go from there. So I think it's a couple of days later since you last joined me. And I have 2 Serpent Riders finished. This is the first. Oh no, this will be the second. And I can't remember what I said, but I decided to change up a bit. The saddle cloth you see there was black originally, and I thought it was a bit too dark for what I wanted. So I changed it up to red. And these have had a wash, these have had their varnish, because they're metal, and I'm really happy with them, especially this guy. This guy I think looks awesome. So after doing those 2 and nailing down a colour scheme, I thought I'd treat myself a little bit. You might have had a sneak peek of it there. But it is the Serpent Lord himself. Suladan. Excuse me. So far, I've given him 2... I decided to ditch my old white paints, the Chromet White and the White Scar, and get a new pot of White Scar, because I've had those pots for at least a couple of years. And it seems to have helped a little bit, especially with the horse. It's not as blotchy. And I've just done 2 thin layers on the horse, and I'm going to do another one. Try and get it nice and white. Then give it a really light wash with non-oil, a really like watered down wash. So obviously I've done the gold, which again is Retributor armor. I've done the purple, which is Xeris, I want to say. Xeris purple. Just a little bit on the legs. I've done some Abaddon black, along with corn red for the base red colour. I'm going to take them all up to Mephiston and then give them an Agrax Earthshade wash, just to get it a little bit darker for most of the areas of red, and then just an Abaddon black. Next, I think, is going to be the Shabti Bone / Rhinox Hide. But I'm also going to do testing with the 3 gem paints you can get from Games Workshop. I can't exactly remember what they're called, but I've got them in a box. So for all the jewels on my Haradrim, I'm going to try out the blue one, so it's not quite as bright. It won't be as bright, I don't think. But hopefully the gemstones will make it look nice, so I need to do a practice on various metallic colours, because I've been told by the staff to use bases of silvers and golds to get the desired effect. So you join me a bit later on, and as you can see the gold's a little more brighter. I've just gone over the bits that seemed a bit dull and where the initial base coat wasn't as fulfilling. And all of the gems I've painted Stormhost silver. That's for a base coat, and the sword is Runefang steel, if I remember correctly. Yeah. After watching a Warhammer TV video with the gemstone paints, I think this is going to work really well. I just need to wash everything and then paint out the Stormhost silver again, and then use the gemstone paint on it. I think it's going to really make it pop. It won't be as bright as the actual Games Workshop model with the really, like, that colour ice blue. It's going to be a darker blue, but I think it will still really stand out against the the gold, especially like the shiny burnished gold. Not much else to say. It still looks a little rough, but that's because there's no Rhinox hide on it yet, and that's a big chunk of what is what's going to make it come. And I always find once you put the skin tone on, then the model really starts to come alive, because at the moment it's not really any recognition of his face. So you join me back after I've attempted to do the gemstones. Suladan has been completely washed. None on Agrax, none on, only on the White Horse, and I haven't finished highlighting him up yet. Agrax on everywhere else, and then I used Liberator Gold, that one, to dry brush all the armour, so it's got this nice kind of silvery, really bright sheen to it. I then went over the corn red again, and have picked out all the gemstones in Stormhost Silver, and then attempted to use the Soulstone Blue. I'm not entirely happy with how it's come out. It's going to take a little more getting used to, but at the moment I'm quite satisfied with it, and the edges weren't picking up quite how I wanted, so I lined all of the gemstones with Stormhost Silver, with Runefang Steel actually, just to kind of bring a contrast against the gold. So all I've got to do now is put some eyes on him, do the Mephiston Red and a wash of Agrax Earthshade again, highlight out the horse and the sword, I think that's all. So you join me later when I'm hopefully nearly finished. So finally, I think Suladan is finished. I'm happy with it so far. The only thing I'm slightly disappointed about is the gemstones, like I said before, and the back banner. I'm not entirely sure on the design. We'll keep how it is. But I've also, if it will focus, let's see, can I get it to focus? Still a little bit shiny, but there is tribal markings on each of the black banners. Yeah, the ink's still drying, so it's all the wash even. So this is him in all his glory. And I've taken the tribal markings from the old Harad book, and it's just some of the leg markings on the mummock. So all in all, I think he is done. Need a little bit of a wash on the bright red. I didn't want him bright red because I think it doesn't look too realistic, especially in fighting and everything. But I'm happy with how he's come out. I've literally just got to wash him with apply the varnish to him, and everything should be all finished. And he can sit proudly alongside his fellow Serpent Riders, which I think are going to make the whole piece look amazing. And I'm really happy with the bases now I've painted them up and painted the actual models. I think they really will tie it all in together, as well as give it that bit of versatility with height and position. So to finish off this week, I have just started doing another Serpent Rider. I've done all the base colours apart from the Rhinox hide and the Retributor armour. I'm starting to get relatively quick at them. Now I know what's going where and what colours I need. So if you've liked this video where I've completed Suladan and some more Serpent Riders, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.